Hi, I'm Tricia Post from the Emily Post Institute, and I'd like to share our family's Thanksgiving table with you. Please join me as I set the table. The night before, I get everything ready. I polish the silver, iron the napkins, count out the plates and glasses, just to make it easier today, and I know everything is ready for me. This tablecloth has been in my family since 1950, when my mom used it for her first Thanksgiving dinner. It's actually made of several tablecloths sewn together. Pretty clever if you have a big table. Before I place the tablecloth, I use an underpad. This one's made of a microfleece blanket. They're also available with a plastic backing, but I find that makes it very unstable surface for glasses. They tend to be tippy. This one keeps it nice and flat, helps smooth out the tablecloth, and as you can see, is a nice steady surface. Now the tablecloth's in place, the fun starts. It's time to set the table. Place the plate right in front of the chair, and if it has a design, as this one does, square it up. We actually serve our Thanksgiving dinner buffet style, but since there isn't enough room on the buffet table for the plates, I place them on the table. Next up is the napkin. We could place it on the plate, but that hides the design. So I like to put it on the left-hand side, and it's okay if you put your silverware on top, especially at a Thanksgiving table that's usually crowded. You won't have enough real estate to move it over and put knives or put forks here. So put it right up next to the plate. We're not serving a soup course or an appetizer or salad course. It's basically turkey and all the fixings. So we only need a dinner knife and a dinner fork. The knife goes to the right of the plate with the blade facing in, not towards any other diner at the table. The fork goes on the left side. And now just take a little second to square things up so that you've got about an inch to inch and a half to the edge of the table. People won't knock over their silverware when they sit down, and it looks nice and even. Next up is a water glass. Everybody at the table will have water, and some people will have wine, but I don't know who's going to be having wine or not right now. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow to set those on the table when I get a head count. And finally, we have dessert. The dessert fork goes at the top of the plate with the handle facing to the left. The dessert spoon on top with the handle facing right. That way, after we've cleared the main course, people can just slide their fork and their spoon into place for dessert. Now, some people do serve soup first or salad afterwards, especially if you have a lot of vegetarians, you might be going that route. So let me show you what to do if that's the case. If you were having soup, the soup spoon would go to the outside on the right-hand side to the outside of the knife. Okay, now let's say we're having soup followed by a salad. The salad fork goes to the outside of the dinner fork because you're going to use it first. And we always follow the outside in rule. Now suppose we're having salad after the main course. Well, it's very simple. The first fork you're going to use is your dinner fork. So you set the salad fork to the inside because you'll use it second. Since our meal doesn't involve soup or salad, I'm going to remove the soup spoon and the salad fork. I'll set the rest of the table and be right back to talk about decorations. Wow, this is looking great, so sparkly. We're almost finished, and I'm going to show you where a few other elements of your table go. Namely, the salts and peppers, the butter plate. I'll show you where to place the wine glass, and then we'll talk about the finishing touches, the place cards, and the centerpiece. So the salts and peppers I'm placing them at each end of the table. You only need about one set for every 3 or 4 diners at your table. So we have 2 for 8 people. I've placed them symmetrically. This is a very traditional tablescape. Everything is lined up on a north-south and east-west axis. If you're less traditional, you could have things weave down the center of the table. You could have your candlesticks off-center, and you can have things sort of wander. It's fine. I mean, whatever you choose to do is terrific. Butter plates. We have a lot of things on this table, so I chose not to give people individual butter plates, which would go here. Instead, we're serving butter. I'm going to put one butter plate at one end of the table and one at the other, and we'll pass it around. It just gives us a little more room. Okay, and the wine glass. Wine glasses go to the outside of the water glass, like this. And place cards. You can see we have these on the table. Actually, the girls and I made them many years ago, and we save all of the place cards. Some of them have the kids made with stickers, and I mean, they're really cute. And they say Granny Pat and Papa John and Mud and Poppy. And here we have Peter at the head of the table, and I'm going to put my sister Carol next to him. I've made a seating plan ahead of time, and it's a good idea to do this, especially if you have a large family or a large group. You might want to have people who haven't seen each other in a long time be able to sit together so they can chat. And if you have Uncle John and Cousin Phil who sit on the opposite ends of any political spectrum, you may want to put them at opposite ends of the table. There. And finally, the pièce de résistance. This lovely arrangement made by my friends Britta and Chris at In Full Bloom. It's called a low oblong, and it's nice because people sitting, they can see each other over the top of the flowers. They're not so high. They also choose flowers that don't have much scent because that could disturb what you're serving for the dinner. You want to smell the turkey, not the freesia, for example. And here, they've chosen colors that go with this tablecloth. They've done this arrangement for me many years. Every year it's different, but they know my table and what I like, so it's great. So thank you. Thank you for setting the table with me, and I hope it was helpful and that you have fun setting your holiday table. From all of us at the Emily Post Institute, we wish you a very happy holiday.